Daily Exchange, New York edition. Actually, this is going to be the burger edition. Oh boy. We're talking about 51% attacks here. Andrew Munro has written a great article. We're going to go through the top 10 things, guys. We'll see you guys right after this. All right, guys, welcome back. We're talking about the top 10 reasons why 2019 will be the year of the 51% attack. Number one, actually, we've got number 10. Number 10, number 10. I'm really enjoying this. Joel, how's your New York experience going right now?
It is amazing.
It's amazing.
I'm loving every minute.
I am as well. Number one. This is based on a report from David Vorick, CEO of Sirecoin, in its mining offshoot Obelisk Mining. Joel, I'm not sure if you've got the 51. Is it the Finder 51, I believe? We've got Andrew Munro has written this great article, guys. Check this out. It's really incredible. And we're going to go through this. Number 10, the actual 10th reason is that Hashrate Marketplaces right now have gotten cheaper. We've got the nice hash here. Bringing up some cheaper prices. Vorick puts it in perspective. He's saying, before Hashrate Marketplaces existed, attacking a cryptocurrency with 100,000 GPUs, defending it more or less required owning 100,000 GPUs. So you need to have 100,000. You couldn't rent them out. Attacks of that scale would require many tens of millions of dollars to execute after the development of Hashrate Marketplaces. The same 100,000 GPUs can be rented for several hours at a cost of just tens of thousands of dollars. Right, now what does that mean, right? Number 9 is, so not what does that mean? It basically means that it's cheaper to rent GPUs to attack a cryptocurrency, and we're going to talk about other reasons that are stacking up. So it's cheaper to rent, you can attack. Number 9, ASICs are being released now, and Vorick says the ASICs for ETH and Equihash, which are both the defense behind Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Zcash, Bitcoin Gold, and Komodo as examples, are making it way more susceptible, right? So these new ASICs are coming out. Actually, I should align to your numbers, Joel. I'm not going to get so crazy out here. All right, number 2. It's 51% attack, basically, of the ETH hash was sort of timed when that came out, where the ASIC of ETH hash came out, potentially was timed with the 51% attack on Bitcoin Gold, Zencash, and Bitcoin Private. All Equihash coins falling like dominoes after the Equihash ASIC hit the market. It's also potentially thought that during this time, that basically this might have led to also the Ethereum Classic hack as well. As we just saw, Joel just brought up the ETH hash coins there. All right, number 3, there are too many forks. Too many forks. Too many forks. Way too many forks. And what this means is that is just incredible, by the way. I'm just going to take a sip. Maybe we should take a bite of the burger while this. So good. Too many forks. All right. Some other coin basically is reusing a mining algorithm, right? And then what happens is someone who's got that, basically that hash power, can share it between two different coins. And that, a death by 1,000 forks. I like that. It's what's called incentive compatibility. In other words, there is incentive to attack the coin more if it's compatible with another one, right? It makes it much more vulnerable. And the idea that a miner wouldn't want to attack a cryptocurrency that they're not mining. So if you're mining something and then to go and attack it, basically because you can just switch over and attack some other coin and you don't really care, you're just going to destroy it. And that incentive compatibility is broken, sorry, it creates more damage, and the miner obviously then can use their gear to attack a coin rather than defend it. All right, number 4. Attackers have gotten much more sophisticated, right? So because the scene's blown up, some great attackers and hackers have come onto the scene, and their skills obviously can really pay a profit. Now, the skilled ones can make money, and they can do double, triple, quadruple spend attacks even, which is the next level, right? Number 5, mining farms keep getting larger, right? Before, you really only had mining farms of about 10,000 machines. Now you've got 100,000, even 500,000 machines out there, right? Now, if you had basically a coin or a blockchain with only about 10,000 machines running it, that pretty much makes you very susceptible to getting attacked. And there are big farms now that can attack, obviously, coins. Number 6, the bear market has slashed hardware prices, so video cards are way more affordable. Gamers are cheering. Yeah. And obviously, the ASICs become a little cheaper as well. Everything's just basically gone down in price, which is really interesting, right? And some miners have gone out of business, and that's created a fire sale so other people can go and buy those rigs and hook them up, right? So that makes them even stronger to go and attack. And this gives them, spare hash rate. They can maybe just, put that combined together with some other people and create a 51% attack. And there's so many coins right now that are really quite vulnerable as well, and we'll talk a little bit about that. We've got a video here, potentially, of some miners just throwing out their rigs all over the place. That's a lot of rig. That is a lot of rig. Now, it's not confirmed or denied whether that was because of the hash rate. It could have been from a flood. It could have been, who knows. But regardless, it's a great piece of footage. You gotta love it. That, Joel, probably, we got some good footage today on Times Square. But wow, that's some pretty good footage. People dumping computers out on the road. I love that. So basically, people are turning their rigs to attack instead of defend. And that's really, really, really interesting because they're picking up cheap hardware, right? Number 7, the bear market has slashed cryptocurrency prices. So miners are potentially abandoning networks. That means there's less support in a blockchain because the value is not so much there. Obviously, we've talked about the break-even price in the market right now. And as they fall too much, potentially, if it doesn't correct well, it could mean to make many coins and many blockchains even more susceptible than they are. Number 8, you can short many more coins right now. Shorting coins is a big deal, and getting the shorts for these other interesting new blockchains makes it potential that you could attack it, get a whole lot of it, and then just go and sell it on the market, and you'd actually make money as well on the short, which makes it even more vulnerable. Number 9, more exchanges. And obviously creating more targets. There are lots of exchanges that popped up in 2018, and those 2018 exchanges could be vulnerable without having enough confirmations. They could have double spin attacks. That there's just more places that are just not as well run, could easily be sold and easily be attacked if they're not taking care of their exchange. Number 10, because it's 2019. Right, 2018 was the year of 51% attacks, but it's 2019, it's still the year of 51% attacks. Apparently, Dash has had, I guess, a single entity controlling 51% of its hash rate for over 6 months now. Also, when one mining pool took 51% control of Ethereum Classic for 6 months before it was hit by a 51% attack. So if you think about that, there are some very famous coins and some big ones that are potentially quite weak right now, and it could create more 51% attacks, obviously. All right, in terms of trading guys, Bitcoin is trading at $3,445, Ethereum at $105. It's looking very bleak out there. EOS at $2.26, Ripple at 29 cents. Binance Coin down 12.8% to $6.21. Tron at 2.7 cents. It's been a tough day in the markets for a lot of coins. Grin and Beam also pulling back quite a bit after their big runs up yesterday. Aeternity, we're talking about that. We had an interview with the creator, our man James Edwards, who is writing all these great scripts from Berlin for us. Interviewed the guys. Joel, if you want to bring up the clip Now, with an interview with Yanislav Malahov. He sat down with James. He is reportedly the godfather of Ethereum.
So I see that you've got, I think, what looks like an Ethereum pin on your jacket. Is that right?
That's right.
So I know that some people have called you the godfather of Ethereum. Why is that? What's the connection there?
Yeah. So I was involved with the Ethereum project at the beginning. I knew Vitalik from before, so I was working with him on a colored coin wallet, so a protocol on top of Bitcoin, on top of the Bitcoin blockchain, to make it possible to create essentially editions, or one could also say shares of digital artwork. We developed together a prototype for a client. And yeah, we were discussing also another project, the Mastercoin protocol, which also made it possible to create tokens on top of the Bitcoin blockchain. And one of these chats I published, and I described my story of my connection to the Ethereum project. And yeah, after we had this discussion, this was in, I think, October, November 2013. 2 days later, Vitalik started writing the Ethereum white paper. So you can also see in this chat, there was like this aha moments. Yeah, this was, we had this chat together. Yeah, it's not that one can essentially come up with ideas out of nowhere. You always need to get the right people, bring them together, and then you create great things together. And then I went also to the first Ethereum, let's say, public announcement, Ethereum House in Miami Beach for the North American Bitcoin Conference in 2014. Followed the Ethereum project for a while, and also participated in the first DEF CON 0 in Berlin. And yeah, so Ethereum is a great project. It was definitely has a big impact, and yeah, but still, I think we can do way better. And there were definitely also a few things which I didn't like about the Ethereum project. As with everything big, it's not possible to like it fully. But now we have Aeternity, and let me say it like this, so if Ethereum is the 3-year-old iPhone, then Aeternity is the brand new Android.
That's our boy from Aeternity. James giving us a great little segment there. Interesting stuff. Aeternity obviously bringing out Oracle machines to pull in external data, state channels to improve the efficiency of smart contracts, even allowing the to function offline with the Cuckoo Cycles. I love that, Cuckoo Cycles. Aeternity trades around 41 cents right now, down about 1% today. All right, guys, we had the daily exchange today from Times Square. We were going out there 7 a.m., crack of dawn, before the sun came up. And here's a little sneaky preview for you. Check it out. Yeah, welcome to the Daily Exchange, LinkedIn edition. Actually, we're here in Times Square as well. Here's the number 51% attacks and why 2019 is going to be the year of them. All right, guys, that's the Daily Exchange. We'll see you guys. Do subscribe. Click the longer version. We got more coming at you. Interviews. We got Pomp coming in tomorrow. Pomp, the man himself, Anthony Pompliani. Do sign in, subscribe, check this out tomorrow, guys. Pompliani on the show. We'll see you guys. Yeah.